In this module, we'll understand wants, what is the meaning of wants, how do we classify wants, and the characteristics of wants that we have. Wants are basic desires that every human being has, which needs to be satisfied by using different resources. Wants is a feeling of dissatisfaction because certain good or service is not available to an individual. Now, when one wants to satisfy the wants or anything, the person needs certain goods and services. But what are these wants? The wants are certain things that are required by a human being for his growth, development, for performing certain functions or something like that. In basic terms, wants can be further classified in different ways. Basic classification on the basis of characteristics is done over here. Wants can be classified in the terms of characteristics on the basis of following factors. Wants are unlimited. By this term, I mean that if a certain need of mine is fulfilled right now, again that need might happen in future. Like for example, if I eat food right now, my want is satisfied. But it is satisfied for entire life? No. Again in 2 to 3 hours I will be hungry. Again I will need food. There will be a want for food. So the want are unlimited. The next is recurring. The wants are recurring in nature. They keep on recurring. The same want may reoccur or different wants, but they keep on reoccurring. Once it is satisfied, again it reoccurs. Example, food, clothing, all these wants. Not only these, the age. Wants are different for every age of an individual. I might need a new iPhone, but the want that is proclaimed by my mother would be some home appliances. Whereas the want of my grandmother would be to go to certain religious place. Want keeps on changing from a person to person. So it is a factor that totally depends upon the age. The next factor is gender. As we all know, when we speak about girls, we think about color pink, and boys, we think about the color blue. Therefore, as per the gender, also the goods keep on changing. The requirement of the goods or services keep on changing on the basis of genders. Apart from that, the next is preference. Every person has a different preference. As I step out of my house, my preference would be to eat in a 5-star restaurant. My preference could be to eat at a street stall. These all things keep on changing from person to person, and the preference of every individual is different. Apart from that, the next factor is the season. In winter season, I might need a sweater. In rainy season, I want an umbrella. In summer season, I will want cotton clothes. So as per the season, my wants also keep on changing. Am I right? Apart from that, the food that we crave for in different seasons, like as soon as there is summer, I want mangoes, right? Therefore, the preference, the requirement changes as per every season. And the last but not the least is culture. We all follow different culture. Therefore, culture implements and impacts wants on a large scale. As per Hindu Dharma, we all know that cow is considered to be mother. Bacon is not eaten in India, but it is eaten in the rest part of the world. The reason it is not eaten in India is because of the culture of our country. Therefore, in different places, in different ways, the culture is affecting the wants of the people. So, these are the basic things that affect the want of people. Not only this, wants can be further classified in the following manner. The classification of want. Economic and non-economic wants. The wants that have to be satisfied with the use of money are called as economic wants. If I want to eat an ice cream, I have to pay for the ice cream. That is an economic want. But if I want water, I want sunlight, I don't have to pay for them. They are non-economic wants, for which I don't have to pay anything. The wants get satisfied without even paying anything. Apart from that, the next one is individual and collective wants. My individual want right now is buying a phone, is doing something, going to some place. That is my individual want. Doctors want a stethoscope. Lawyers want a lawyer coat. So all these things are an individual want. But if I want to go by a train, so a lot of people are standing there waiting for the train. It is a collective want. A lot of people want the same thing at the same time. That is a collective want. Not only that, the wants can be further classified as necessity. If I give you food without salt, salt is the basic necessity in the food, right? But if I give you if you want certain other things, you want a 5 course meal, that is not a necessity. Basic things that are required for a human to grow, they are called as necessity. As per human, Indian government has termed food, clothing and shelter as the basic necessity, basic needs of an individual. These basic necessities are termed under wants. If I want basic necessities like food, or I want shelter at some place, I want clothing, all these come under necessity. All these wants come under necessity, right? The next one is comfort. I need a washing machine. I can easily wash my clothes on with my hands, but I still need a washing machine. It comes under comfort. It is for the betterment. It is just for soothing purpose, right? The next one over here is luxury. I have a car already, but I want a Merc. I want a BMW. That is nothing but luxury. I already have a car, but I want luxury. That also comes under the want section, and it is nothing but luxury. It depends on what kind of a good you are demanding or wanting to buy. It can further be classified as necessity, comfort and luxury. It is very important to satisfy your necessities, but equally over here, comforts and luxury depend from person to person. If a person has good economic background, has resources enough to satisfy them, they can satisfy both comforts and luxuries. Over here, this is basic classification of wants. Wants are nothing but things that are required to satisfy the human needs that are occurring on day-to-day basis. Wants can be satisfied using different goods and services. Thank you.